story of high mountains and of the people who live in them. The mountains are the Andes. The people are Aymara Indians. The Andes stretch some 5,000 miles along the west coast of South, running through several countries. At the widest point of the range lies Bolivia, a country as large as Texas and California put together, but with a population less than that of Chicago. There are very few large cities in Bolivia. Most of the Indians live in scattered areas on the Alto Plano, the high plain that lies between the great mountain ranges. This is the home of an Aymara Indian family named Mani. They cultivate a few acres and raise sheep. Isaac's father uses the old-fashioned plow. He plants a little grain and potatoes. This is where the Spanish first found the potato growing. It turned out to be more valuable to the growing population of Europe than all the gold the conquistadores took back with them. Isaac's mother, too, works in the old ways. In a poor land, the people must spin out the little that they have. The very old, like Isaac's grandmother, help with the household tasks as they think back on a sunnier time. The young, Isaac's sister, Feliciana, look ahead with hope. They take their hopes to a Keiko, the little household wish god who is said to bring good things to you if you are nice to him. Isaac wants a toy truck, so he gives the tiny one he has made to a Keiko. And he tells his friend about it. Father is wishing for money, and so he gives some play money to a Keiko. Mother thinks a sack of sugar would be the best thing that they could get. Feliciana wants a colored basket for her pet rabbit. But life doesn't stop for wishes on the Altiplano. There is work to do, and there is school for Isaac. The school is a small building with mud walls and a dirt floor, but it holds a promise for the future. At recess, there are games, many the same as boys play in the United States. Bolivia needs more schools, and more are being built. Isaac likes to watch the men of the village working together to make the adobe bricks. They mix soil and water and straw into a kind of mud pie. Then they put it into molds and let the bricks bake hard in the sun. People have been building this way for hundreds of years in Latin America. Isaac would like to stay all day and watch, but he must get home for supper. He knows what supper will be. Potatoes, carrots, cooked with a tiny bit of meat into a stew. But living at 13,000 feet on this high plain gives him a good appetite. Father is hungry too, after a hard day's work in the fields. The stew smells good, and so does the bread baked in the outdoor oven. talks much, not until the eating is done. Does not take long. There is very little to eat. When the plates are empty, there is talk. Talk of neighbors, the new school, plans for the farm. This evening, Father has some new plans. Next week, he will go to the market in La Paz. This time, Isaac will go with him. They will take some potatoes, onions, and wool to sell. In La Paz, Isaac thinks, there are toy shops and toy trucks. Isaac has hoped for this trip for a long time, and he tells Akeko his plan to get some money. He will go to Tiahuanaca, where an ancient people built a temple to the sun god. Many hundreds of years ago, before the great cathedrals of Europe were built, long before Columbus discovered America, and when our forebears in Europe were living in log huts, Isaac's ancestors built great temples of stone and copper and gold. Isaac doesn't question how they were able to move these great stones, each weighing many tons, and lift them into place. Isaac is looking for something that they left behind. Ancient copper relics, thing to sell to the tourists. Already he can picture his truck, and from the rim of the Alto Plano, far below in the distance, he can see La Paz, where they will go to the market tomorrow. Finally, morning arrives. The packing seems to take forever to Isaac. Feliciana wishes that she could go, too. She even offers her pet rabbit for sale. No, says her father, you are too young. Keep your rabbit and stay here and help Mother. Mother and the donkey go with him as far as the road. There they may get a ride in a truck. Isaac hopes it will be a large truck, but Father knows that in that kind they would have to pay for their ride. Father is glad when the small truck stops and the driver offers them a free ride to the city. Isaac quickly forgets his disappointment in the excitement of the journey. Soon they are on the outskirts of the city, and almost before he knows it, they are in the market itself. more trucks and more people than Isaac has ever seen before, even at a fiesta. His father says he can go look around, but be back before dark. Isaac recognizes the Capitol from a picture in his school book. He hopes he will see the president. At the noon siesta, there is less traffic, and Isaac is not afraid to explore the business sections. Still, these tall office buildings and big shop windows are all rather strange to a small Indian boy from the country. In one window, there is a glimpse of another world beyond the mountains and across the sea, even stranger than this big city. But a devil's mask in another shop is something familiar, an old friend recalling fiestas. Isaac sees these masks at home. In La Paz, he's looking for toy shops and a truck. In a truck like this, Isaac dreams, he will drive all over Bolivia. He will drive over the mountains to the tropic lands to the south. And on roads yet to be built, he will drive someday to the lands of the north, perhaps even to the United States. So Isaac Mamani carries his dream home with him. Back to the poor farmhouse in the Alto Plano, where mere survival hangs by a slender thread. But Akeko knows, and we know, that sometimes dreams are made of stronger stuff than life itself, and that someday Isaac's dream may come true.